walls came tumbling down. Oh, yes, yes, my Lord. Oh, yes, yes, my Lord. Oh, yes, yes, my Lord. The trumpets began to sound. Joshua commanded the children.
Father in heaven, I thank you for the gathering tonight of the saints. And pray your blessing upon Shahzad. May he continue, Lord, to impress upon us the truth that he bears in his heart as it comes from his mouth regarding persecution of Christians around the world. May you fill him with your spirit. May you give him favor with people. May you open doors, inspire hearts, and have people join him shoulder to shoulder in the ministry you called him to. May he be encouraged and not discouraged. May he be alive and not dull. May he be inspired and not withdrawn. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
You're up.
Thank you. Hello guys, thank you very much. How was your day?
Wonderful.
Yeah. So once again, thank you very much. And since the beginning of Christianity, no matter how much persecution happened, no much what are the disastrous time on the Christianity, it never died.
Amen.
That's right.
I want to encourage you and give you a little bit thinking about, Christianity cannot die and will not die. That's the thing is that. But my point is, we as a Christian need to do something to the persecuted Christian, because that's our brother and sister, and we are commanded in the Bible to take care of our brother and sisters. So before we go ahead, I would like to show you a small video of mine in Pakistan. It was a church that was attacked in 2013, and these barbaric radical Islamic group, they attacked that church on the Sunday school where the small children were, and I had the chance to go there and help that church for the wounded and the people who have lost their the family members, to be with them for 6 months. And I made this video over there so you can see a little. Hello, my name is Shahzad Gill. I am a parish nurse in Pakistan, and I am standing in a church which has been attacked on 22nd September 2013, and 173 people have died here in this portion of the church, and many have been injured. And I am here to help my brother Anthony, the families and the people who have survived from this incident. I have visited 10 homes, and I have seen the children and the people who has been affected by the attack. And right now I can feel the same amount of pain, and there are the pictures of victims who has died here. They have and as a parish nurse, I feel that the people who has survived from the bombing needs special prayers and need spiritual and mental and physical help, so that they can rehabilitate and refresh in their life, and they can participate again in their life and in the society. And this is my request to all of you to pray for the victims and pray for all the people who are helping them. Thank you very much.
How many people died there?
173 at the day, the time, but the more people died over the course of their healing in 2 years. So like almost 300 and something died. So as I was standing on the church, you can go back and see on the wall the bullets, where they hit the bullets. And 2 suicide bombs came in the church where the Sunday school was, and they blew themselves, and the rest 2 of them were standing outside with the AK-47 and doing the bullets on the everybody over there. So it was a tragic And I just want to remind you, these events happen almost every month in Pakistan. Today I'm talking, and yesterday I got a news that another Christian brother died in the same city because he was building a home in the Muslim area. So the people came and they just killed him, and that's become the norm in Pakistan. Yes. So these are the children. You can see they are holding the picture, and we are sitting with them, and just listening. And the pain they have, I cannot even imagine, how to really help them. Just listening. I was just listening what they are feeling. And I was like just stoned, the pain they are going to have, because the people who have died is gone. And the people who are left, they're going to have pain for their all life. And these are the people you can see, and some people, it's like a 4 year, and the bullets hit their legs, and I was just sitting for 6 months with them, visiting every day, changing their dressing, because they did not have a medical facility at the hospital. So I want to touch here and stop here, and want to tell something about the beginning of the persecution here. I came here in 2013 in the month of March. I did not have anything. I started sleeping in Greyhound bus station. But by the blessing of God, God bring me the people in my life who would help me and will encourage me, and give me strength to keep going on. And I'm telling you, I start seeing the same thing here, that the persecution started, how it started in Pakistan. And the first thing is conditioning. Almost every religion or any group that hate the Christianity, they are uniting together. They are uniting together with media. They are united together with the businesses. They are united together in the education system. And the first thing, this is the start, and I think at this moment, the America is at the first stage, the conditioning. They are conditioning here, the same thing, my forefather has felt like 40 years ago. Here, you cannot even speak against Muslims. You cannot. I mean, my friend had died in front of me, and I would not be able to post his picture with the description on the Facebook. I was banned for 3 days. So it's a conditioning, and when you go to the market, you will see a lot of product. They will name it halal. So every halal product you buy, the profit goes to the terrorist radical organizations. So, they don't know, but they advertise that halal meat or halal product are they made with a different process or something. But halal, in Islamic way, the profit of the halal product will go indirectly to the terrorist organization, and those profits or those money they will use for the different things. So this is what their process they are doing. They are changing the school system, education system, in the name of coexistence. They are teaching children in the schools to how the Muslim pray 5 times. And these things are in the schools. When you go to the school, I have 3 kids, and sometimes I go with them in their school. And I was, on the Christmas, so they cannot offend anybody. They just change the song name. You know, they just remove the name Christmas and add something else. So these are the things they are doing because they don't want to offend anybody. And you know, I talked to them and they said, you know, we have just one a student who is Muslim and we don't want to, he does not celebrate the Christmas, so we don't want to offend him. So can you imagine, they can stop the name of Christian just for one person? How? And I was amazed, I mean, how these things happening here in America, and I understand they are doing the conditioning. This is the conditioning level, and the media, you cannot say anything. For example, you know, this Pulse, even, you know, the Pulse where a Muslim came and he killed, you cannot say a terrorist attack. And you know, I understand this was absolutely a terrorist attack by the radical group, and if you see but we cannot say that. They don't want to you know, name it because there are lobbies in America, and they were together with other powers. They are not against America, I'm telling you. They are against Christianity, because the same thing they are doing. So I just want to say that it is a time, we are in initial age or stage of jihad, which is a cultural jihad. I mean, there are a lot of things we can talk, but due to the time we can, because each topic has the subject, you know, you have to go through all these and it takes time. But you know, the word is jihad. It has a very vast meaning, and you know, there are many processes. So this was the process they are doing here, the conditioning. This is the first process, and we need, like this church, and we need to, you know, think about it right now. Otherwise, we can easily lost it. We really need to think and act right now, and you know what I'm telling, you know, go deeper and do study, and you know, talk to your kids and talk to your friends and families, so we can understand what's going on. So when I came here, and you know, I have gone through a tremendous kind of process where I really see, you know, when I went to my immigration process, and the person who was interviewing me, he was a very liberal, and he was interviewing me, and I said, you know, I have been persecuted because I was Christian and this and that, and I'm telling you, he took almost 2.5 years to process my case. And he said, I'm not satisfied what you are saying. I'm not, I need this fact, I need this fact. You know, I have provided him everything. You know, my lawyer would go to him, but he would not give me the permission to live here in America because I'm a Christian. So I have seen the first-hand experience here. So, and you know, I study more, and I told him, and then you know, I study more and more about him, and you know, he lives in Miami, and he was a very liberal and pro-Islamic person. I could see on his Facebook post and everything. But you know, it took me 2 years and 2.5 years to go through the process, which only takes 6 months or 1 year. He would call me again, and he would ask me, you know, different what kind of clothes I was wearing that day. I mean, he was asking all these questions. So you know, I am not discouraged, because if I have gone through a process, but I also have gone through you know, I met wonderful people here, you know. So, but the thing is that I just love America. You know, the more I spend time here, the more I love him. And the thing is that if we Christian need to take care of America. and we can do through by doing prayer and attending these kind of events. So this is just a small event I have just told you, and the reason this partnership for persecuted Christian I created. So number one, my mission is to educate people. The same I'm doing to educate to educate those in the free world about the extent, the varying degrees, and the growth of Christian persecution by providing a forum for the formerly persecuted speakers. Number two, to encourage policymakers on all levels to take a stand against Christian persecution by advocating for a reduction in funding for countries that tolerate clear violation of human rights, to provide support and encouragement for the formerly persecuted as they transition into a new life in the USA. The same I came, I did not have that support group. So I understand, how it is important to, there are many persecuted Christians here, but we did not know. So I went to the Catholic charity, and they did not have any data that when the Christian persecuted came in the United States, where they go, who take care of them. They don't have any data. But if you are a Muslim, if you go to the Catholic charity, they will provide you the shelter and everything. But when I went to the Catholic charity, they only provide me the food, not the shelter. So our goal is to utilize networking with other organizations to achieve the highest result in creating awareness and effectively influencing policymakers, to utilize speakers and advocates of the formerly persecuted to educate those in free world concerning the extent, levels of types of Christian persecution, to provide a source of support for formerly persecuted Christians as they transition into new life in the USA. So, when I was going through all these things, God has provided me the opportunity to go to the Washington, D.C. and meet these policymakers. And, by the grace of God, I met the people who are the policymaker for the Asia, and they are the direct advisor to the president. So whatever he made decisions, these policymakers would do that. So I went there and I sit with them and we talk, and amazingly they said, we have never been told these things. Because every information they are receiving coming from the officials back in Pakistan who are Muslims. So they are, they are giving them the report and everything is okay. There is a small discrimination and we are working and it decreasing, but it is not. So, and we need to reach those policymakers in the Washington, like every year, to tell them the truth so they can write down and make policy according to the information coming from the witnesses. So as soon as I get a chance and I got everything, I started participating in different small occasions to raise awareness, and this was taken in Park Yola downtown. So we have a march over there for the persecuted. So I was there. And these are the friends over there. They have the, supporting me. So this was picture taken in DC. I met with the Senator Bill Rexon, and he was very supportive. And when he heard the stories, so he made some changes, and he would help us, to reach the Pakistani government and embassy, so we can reduce the, stop the persecution. And it's not a process can happen in one day. We need to keep pushing them. We need to keep reminding them. We need to connecting them, writing letters so they can do, the things we want regarding the safety of the Christians in the other world. So, this is God's timing. I was sleeping in the bus station, and in just 4 years, I was in the capital talking to these peoples, and I'm telling you, it's just something, keep pushing me. Something was, inside me who was keep pushing me to do these things. And these were the, from the North Carolina senator secretary, and I met him too, and telling the story. So I met like almost 13 senators from different areas to tell them the story. And can you stop here? So these two people who are sitting there, they are the responsible for every decision that is made in Asia. These two people. So these two people write the summary and the policies for certain region. So they would write the policies for American foreign affairs. What they want to do, what kind of aids they need to do. So I met them. They're very like people from that region, like Prime Minister. They take time to meet them, but God give me opportunity, and they want to meet me just for 10 minutes, and we sat there for 1.5 hours.
Wow.
So because they have not heard that these kind of stories that I was telling them, and they were very interesting. So the things I'm telling you, it make difference. Whatever we do, it make a difference. By my visit over there, and taking my friends with me, writing letters. I even wrote a letter to President, and by the grace of God, he responded me. And and I said, that things make difference. So for just 10 minutes, and they gave me 1 hour and a half, 30 minutes to just telling them. And I hope I'm trying to go back. This year, but this coronavirus came down. But if we keep doing these things, the change will happen. And if we become one team, we can save many Christians around the world. So what you can do? I was talking. So. Another thing, I want to tell what guys you can do, what we can do to stop this process. So the number one thing, be awake.
Mm-hmm.
That's the first thing. First thing, wake up. Try to understand what is happening in your home. America is your home, and first see what is going on here. How they are proceeding, what's happening there, and do research. At least spend like, in 24 hours, at least spend 10 minutes or 20 minutes to research these things. What is happening, why I am Christian, why I born in a Christian family, why I become a Christian, and, do I have a responsibility to take this heritage to another nation? Or other generation or other family, these kind of questions, and connect with your family and your friends, your circle, with your church, with your pastor. Connection is very important. Just do like this and understand, and also understand the truth. And I'm telling you, the lies cannot get us free. Only the truth. Understand the truth. If some people say, there is no persecution and there is nothing happening. America has gone through all these difficult things and it came back. I understand that, but at this moment, the enemy is trying hard. At this moment, enemy is trying hard. So understand it. And number 2, actions. Talk with families, friends, and I say church leaders, and write letters. That's where a single letter really helps. I wrote a letter, and I got a like response back. Then I wrote a letter, to a congress in Orlando, and I got a response back, and I said I want to meet these things. So he made these all connection in the DC, and he said, these are the people who are into the, they are very Christian, and they are senators, and I can make connection if you can go there. So see, one letter, leads me where. So if you guys just, see in your area you have Congress and you have offices, just write a letter, I'm concerned about these things, what our government doing, these type of things, and it will work. And number 3, pray is very important, discernment is very important. Pray, spend time, with the prayer that what God wants you as a Christian to do for your brother and sister, and God will give you the wisdom and the means. The same thing I did. I did not reach these things to the people without just my thought. I said, God, I am not capable. I'm sleeping on Greyhound bus station. How can I do all these things? So he did that, not me. He did that. So the prayer is important, and become a part of our organization, my organization, and learn about it. Be ambassador, talk to the people, and help me so I can deliver more and go more and talk more. And make connections. If you have friends and family, and you want them to have experience and need to talk, and this way we can spread the word. Thank you very much for your time, and this is what is very important. Every Christian is responsible for another Christian. So this is our responsibility. And if you guys have any question at this moment, I would like to answer.
You mentioned that Central Florida is very liberal.
Yes.
Didn't used to be that way, but it is that way now.
Mm-hmm.
The government, yeah.
The governing part of
Yes.
Central Florida. And do you have an understanding of how the liberal philosophy of liberalism can embrace Muslim community, which they have?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Even though the Muslims are very adamantly against a great deal of the lifestyle of liberals that are in the liberal camp. I'm thinking of like homosexuality, transvestites, all these different kind of break-offs of sexual behavior beyond the norm, which would be, if they were doing that over in Pakistan, mm-hmm. they would be the ones that would be killed and shot and persecuted.
Absolutely.
But here in America, the liberals don't address that issue at all and embrace them and would exclude you as being a Christian.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And there's a very nice question. The thing is that it's called the deceiving process. In Quran, we have a Bible and the Muslim have a Quran. So in the Quran, there is a one whole chapter that says to spread Islam, do everything, even you have to deceive the people. Mm-hmm. So they are given these authority in the Quran so they can deceive the people. So regarding to the different lifestyle like gay and liberalism, Islam relate to them that Islam is minority here, and we have been persecuted here in America, and you guys have been persecuted here too. You are minority too. So we have a very good match with each other. And the same things they have done these things with the liberal Jews, and they said, you are a Jew and I'm a Muslim, and we eat the same way. We eat halal and you eat kosher. So we are very we need to together and do these things. And the same way they are with the liberal, they give a huge amount of money for their cause. And there is an interfaith harmony organization here. They represent themselves and they donate a lot of money. They also donate a lot of money to the the government's authorities, in the city development and these kind of things. So the thing is that I'm very aware of, and it's going on. But I'm telling you, at this time in the Bible, it said you need to be wise. God commanded us to be wise. So we can understand the enemy. So this is a moment when we can be wise and together and elect somebody who is among us, elect somebody who has the same belief that we have. So I just want to add something. I was studying a research that next 30 years Christianity is going to be the biggest religion the next 30 years. We are still the Christianity is still growing in other countries, and especially where I grew up, and those area Christianity is growing. And the thing is that I don't want to dishearten you, we are going down and this. I just want to warn you, because in the Bible God has given us the warnings to what happened when this happened. He gave us the sign and things. So I just want that in America, where we are living here, we should not have gone that slow and so sleepy that somebody can come and just kill us in a sleep. America is very different than the European country. I have been able to go to the Europe and see this. America is one country that is still have the potential to win. In Europe, Islam is so much that almost all the products are according to their custom. But in America, we are still have a huge population who really can stand for their faith. So we still are in a good shape. But if you want to make that shape much better, let's work together. Let's start today.
Amen.
I just want to point one thing. Every Christian, no matter from any country, when they came here in United States, they become the part of the culture. How? Every Christian, when they came from another country, they will join a church here. They're not going to come here and build a mosque. They're going to join your church. They're going to join your culture. They're going to eat your food. But every time a Muslim came, he will stay away from the culture. They will not become your part. They will start, this is where they will come here, they will go to a business which the Muslims owns, they will build the mosque, they will have the home, and they will get married, and then, they're gonna change the culture. If you go to the Michigan, there is a state, Dearborn, I think so. Amazing. The signs are in Arabic. Can you imagine that?
Yeah.
The street signs are in Arabic. So can you imagine one day, we are here in a wonderful America, and suddenly they just come here and, make everything according to. So be careful. This is very necessary.
Amen.
And, this is what they are doing. And that's what I was telling the congressman that, please, and it is hard for Christian to come here. I'm telling you guys, it is hard. If you are in Pakistan and 100 people apply for visa, only one person will get, just one. So it is hard for Christian people to come here, but it is so easy for the Muslim people to come here. So it's just yes, so you can understand, and when they come here, they will say, oh, we are minority here and we have been, the persecuted here. So these are, we need to, these are the, small things, and, the system, how this is going. So if you bring, if anyhow we bring more Christians here in America, America will be Christian for another 100 or years. But if we keep bringing the Muslims here, so what's going to happen? They marry 4 wives, and their mandate is to bring like 4 kids from each wife. So they are 2, and they replace 20 people with them. So we don't even replace ourselves, So these are, and they have been doing these tactics for 6 centuries or 13 centuries. I read Islamic faith for 14 years, and they have doing the same things for same tactics. They are like serpent. They have this most sweet smile, sweet words, and these what they are doing. Absolutely. I mean, they literally they taken over the Europe. So my sister last year, she went to the England, and she went to attend a meeting there. So, and she called me, and she was like crying, Shahzad, this is not London. Oh, this is not Britain. I said, what happens? I think I'm in Pakistan, because everywhere she goes, she would not find any person than the Pakistani, and other countries, and they have all Arabic words. And she said, I'm seeing these, mosque, and every shop I go is Islamic, and they have. So where I am. And I said, no, this is you are in the right place, but it has become this way. So, the mayor of London is Muslim, and they have a huge population in the parliament who are Muslims. So you cannot pass any law. Yes. So the thing is that what they are doing, they are buying all the church and making them a the mosque, and also they marry 4 women, and all women and all their children on social security or something. So Europe has gone. It is, and they are just 10%, and you can understand when they are just 10% of the population, what they can do. How many bombings have been happened in England? How many terrorist attack has been happened in England, in Norway? So these kind of things. So it's they are. I'm telling you, you have to read the books, and study how they are doing for 13. They have accumulated the wisdom for 13 centuries to spread the Islam, and they are doing this, with the jihad. Number 1, like a cultural jihad where they go, and one jihad when they become 10% or more, they will came with the sword. This is what they do. I mean, every century, in every country, they did the same thing. They would go for the first with the cultural jihad, and once they become the 10% of the population, they will do the sword one, the killing and the war. So in America, it's the beginning. Yeah. So well, thank you very much, guys. I really appreciate your time and listening me. And if you have a question, please contact with me, and we will proceed from that.
Thank you, Shahzad.
Saudi Arabia's highest Islamic authority says all Christian churches should be removed from the Arabian Peninsula. Arabic news sources quote the Grand Mufti of Saudi Arabia saying it is, quote, necessary to destroy all of the churches in the region. He cited an Islamic tradition that says Muhammad declared on his deathbed there can only be one religion on the Arabian Peninsula. Christianity is forbidden in Saudi Arabia, and there are no churches there. There are 6 other nations on the Arabian Peninsula, including Yemen, Kuwait, and Qatar.